In this video, I'm going to show you how important it is if you work with ChatGPT to start from a wide angle perspective and go more narrow in the process of one conversation. What I mean with that is if you have any sort of big project, like a big landing page with different subsections, or a big retargeting funnel with different retargeting pieces, or a long mail funnel with a long nurturing strategy, then what you do is you always start generating the whole funnel first, and only once you have the funnel with the different pieces from a really high perspective, then you can go into each different sub piece and work on that one piece individually. Just like I told you in the task deconstruction video, here I'm giving you more examples and just showcase you a bit how that works in the practical way. Here, I wanted ChatGPT to educate me and act as a sales funnel strategist for me to create a 10-step retargeting social media ad funnel with different touch points to craft a deep, facet-rich branding image in the customer's mind. Each different retargeting piece should focus on one aspect, act as a sales funnel strategist, sales psychology expert for social media brands and scaling startups through performance marketing, and tell me the best 10-piece retargeting ad formats for conversion optimization. And then it gives me a really, really good answer already. As a sales funnel strategist and performance marketing expert, here is your buyer's journey. Awareness for the product, which is the first step. It's not the first step in the retargeting, but if we start with a whole funnel, including the cold ads, that would be the first step, which is nice. You have a social proof ad. You have an ad that only talks about features and benefits. You have an ad that only talks about the authority, status, credibility, trust of the business. We have one ad to compare your product to other alternatives. And you can see that it also always gives ad formats and the objectives of the specific ad. Building an emotional connection. Giving a limited time offer, giving a money back guarantee, and this will just be one retargeting ad where it's only about the money back guarantee. It's not about the product and the features and all the other stuff that is in other ads. Here, it's just about the money back guarantee. And by crafting a funnel this way, and this is exactly what I used to teach as a sales funnel strategist. Now ChatGPT is basically that sales funnel strategist, and it tells you exactly what kind of ads you should use in your retargeting. Crafting an FAQ ad, which is nice. Crafting a high scarcity ad or a discount at the end of your retargeting, which is also really nice. By implementing this 10-step retargeting funnel, you can effectively guide potential customers through the buyer's journey, addressing their needs, concerns at each stage, and ultimately leading them to choose your brand and make a purchase. And this is really, really good. And now what I will do is I go in further into the first thing and I tell ChatGPT, all right, here's my brand, here's my context, here's my style tone, here's my briefing, here's your act as identity, which it basically already has. Craft me the perfect awareness ad for the product. And then it does that. And then I work on it until I have it. I can do it for Facebook, for YouTube, for organic posts, for TikTok, everything. Once I have it, I save it somewhere else and I go on to the second task. And I let ChatGPT just come up with all its own ideas. I take what I like, I cut off, I ditch what I don't like, and I work on each specific individual piece here until I have it. And once I have it, I give it to my team or to the performance marketer or to the relevant next person to potentially design an image for that specific ad and go on with the whole list until that is finished. This was the example for a retargeting funnel. Now let's do the example for a landing page. So I basically told him, in addition to your existing expertise, act as a landing page sales expert and craft the perfect landing page for my e-commerce product. Again, if you have a specific brand, a specific client in your agency, or a specific startup or business that you're building, you would want to feed the AI with all your existing briefing and the knowledge about your business first in the initial conversation starting template, and then all this stuff could be already tailored to your specific brand. And again, so usually for landing pages, we always use this Godspot, Why, What, How, Trust CTA approach. Here it says a hero section to the Godspot, which is perfectly fine, which has a headline, a subheadline, some product image or video, and a call to action, which is exactly what I usually build. And that has proven to work quite fine. The second section is already the product benefits and features, which is definitely a valid approach. The third section would be social proof. Fourth section is a product demonstration, which is like a how section. Then product options and pricing, FAQs, guarantee, limited time offer discount, CTA, about the brand, and the footer, which is definitely a valid strategy, and this can 100% work. If you want a specific format, like the Why, What, How, Trust approach, you can just tell them that here, and then it kind of tailors its response to more existing knowledge that you gave it. And that's also why it's very important to, if you have a specific framework or you have specific ideas how you want to do stuff, then this is basically what ChatGPT comes up with on its own, but you can always educate it on your own ideas. So for example, if I have another approach, which is an approach that I like better, then I can just feed that to it and it will tailor its response. So the approach that we always use for crafting these landing pages that has proven to us to work the best and that we have used to generate multiple 8-figure brand scaling successes is this approach, which is a Godspot hero section, then a why section. The brand mission pleasure is highlighted, the what section that shows the product with features and benefits, the how section then demonstrates how the product achieves the customer transformation from pain situation to pleasure situation, a trust section, and potentially another guarantee section rightly after that, the first call to action section with product price, and an FAQ section to handle relevant objections, a final CTA section with more scarcity, and a really lean short footer. And then in sections 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8, we add call to action buttons. And if I give it this as a format, it starts generating the page layout according to that specific overarching strategy, which would then be a better briefing and a better overall strategy for coming up with the next tasks, which would then be, okay, now, according to my briefing and everything that you know about my product and brand, create the perfect hero section. Write 3 headlines, 3 subheadlines, and I will have a look and choose. After that is done and you're really happy with the first section, you go on to the second, and so on until you have the full page. And then I would build the page. I would take the final copywriting of the page into my Google Doc, and I basically work on the hero section until I have it. And once I have it, I copy it into the Google Doc. Then I take the same, and I would always try to create all these different sections in the same primed conversation, because it improves over time. It gets better and better and better. And what you can even do is, after you've built the whole page, you let it recreate the first section again and see if the result now is better. Because usually when all this stuff is used as additional priming and context information within the same conversation, you have to be very careful that you don't lose the priming at some point, or that you get an error message, or take a 2-day break and now the whole priming is gone, which can definitely happen. After you've gone through the whole process, you let it recreate the first section and see if it's better. And if it's much better, like way better, then you let it recreate potentially some of the other sections again, which you're not super satisfied with. For example, the first 3 sections, and the chances are really high that it improves the first 3 sections just from all the work and iteration and feedback input that you gave to it in this whole process. And I will make another video about iteration itself and how that works. So now with this new approach as a sales funnel strategy for the landing page layout, I get this, which is compelling headline, sub-headline, quality product image, CTA. Present the problem, explain the common pain points to your target audience, introduce the solution, now show the product with the features and the benefits. Here are call to action buttons added, where here is no call to action button, which is really nice, which is exactly how I wanted to have. Then there's the how section with before and after visuals of someone who used the product, a step-by-step process, how the product achieves the desired outcome, and the call to action button. Then this trust section with customer testimonials, certificates, badges, impressive numbers, guarantee and return policy, and a CTA, and a specific CTA section with the product options, variations, size, color, customizable features, pricing information, and the CTA action and the call to action button, which would then lead to the checkout, an FAQ section that addresses the most important questions, handles the objections, another CTA section with limited time offer or stock availability, urgency, call to action button, footer with only badges, no outbound links, which is really nice. Trust badges, another trust badges in the footer. Perfect idea, genius, thank you. By implementing this landing page layout with the provided structure, you can effectively guide visitors through a persuasive journey, addressing their needs, concerns. So this is a perfect page. Like, this page alone will generate you millions if you have a good product, a good brand, and a high CLTV. And you run some ads on that, and this will scale to millions. This is crazy. I really like this approach. I give you one final example, which is the email funnel, which is the next big area of sales funnel strategy. By the way, if you like this stuff, go and watch my whole sales funnel strategy masterclass, where I've put together the most relevant learnings from 7 years of building and scaling successful digital businesses, spending over 10 million euros on ads, generating over 60 million in revenue back, and scaling and building brands from 0 to 7 and 8 figure revenue cases by just doing the stuff that I'm talking about here. So let's look at the mail funnel. So I tell him, and by the way, just the fact that I do this within a primed conversation already improves the result, not even mentioning the fact that we don't have a specific product or brand briefing template in here. This is just sample stuff. This is just only the theory. This is not writing the final copy, which you could do if you have a really well created briefing template. So I give him positive feedback to this, what he already did. Now the next task is to craft a 20-step mail funnel for existing customers who bought a first low price entry offer or a lead magnet, but they have not bought the whole expensive flagship product of my brand. Now it should come up with 20 different emails. So a well-crafted 20-step email funnel can effectively guide customers. All right, here are 20 different content and format ideas. First mail, welcome. Second mail, brand story, great. Third mail, customer success story, nice. In-depth product showcase, perfect. Expert testimonials, nice. Educational content, product comparison. And by the way, this is all pre-relevant purchase. So right, this is a mail funnel for existing leads, which maybe have bought some small little product, but they definitely have not bought the real product that my business is all about. So they've just bought some cheap entry funnel offer, or they just signed up with their email. And you can see that all this stuff, mainly marketing, pre-purchase marketing, which is really good, which is very similar to the retargeting funnel that we've crafted. With all that stuff being mainly there to achieve the first real sale. Educational content, product comparison, behind the scenes, giving transparency into the brand, social proof, exclusive offer, FAQs, industry trends, value, recommendations, urgency at the end, which is nice. Risk reversal guarantees at the end is nice. Milestone celebration to show the trend or the growth of the business. More social proof and good showcases from existing customers. Last chance reminder, and then the thank you mail for everyone who has bought in this time here. This is already really good. If you would want to improve it through, for example, having a more pitch heavy beginning, or having the last chance reminder 3-5 times, or having like a pure pitch mail here somewhere in the middle, then again, I would take this stuff, put it out to my Google Docs, adjust it, put it back in, and tell ChatGPT, hey, this is what I like. This is going to be the funnel strategy. Now let's write the copy. And we start with the first one, and when that's finished, we go to the second one. I hope you found this helpful and valuable in your pursuit of crafting the perfect ads or the perfect landing pages or emails. And again, I can only highlight that if you let it write the full copy, it really depends on the quality of your briefing template that you give to it in the very beginning. I found this exercise super valuable just from an educational perspective. You can learn so much just by asking ChatGPT different stuff. For example, I'm mainly a marketing expert. And if I have some questions about, well, I sold 200 products last month, this month we already sold 300 products in our business, what should be the logistics forecast and all that stuff, where I basically I don't have the strategies, I don't have the ideas, I don't know what to do there, what's really good. But I just ask ChatGPT to tell me, hey, what's the best mail marketing strategy that I could use in this case? And I learn, I educate myself, and it's just amazing tool for all purposes in digital entrepreneurship.